Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the third episode in the Before You Start Your Online Business series. My name is Brandy. I am a one-on-one coach, and there are so many videos out there that tell you all these things that you need to start a business, and it's always things like, oh, you need an LLC, you need a tax EIN number, but that is definitely putting the cart before the horse. So this isn't that video, okay? I am here to call out Google for lying to you and tell you the 3 things that you actually need to start a business. And they are, so the first thing that you need to start an online business is direction. More specifically, with your product and service. Now, I know you guys are familiar with the term niching down, or the saying, the riches are in the niches. Now, this is something that a lot of my clients struggle with when they first begin to work with me, because for some reason, new business owners seem to think that they don't really need to niche down in the very beginning. You know, either because they don't know how to, or they just don't see the value in it. When you don't niche down, this can cause you to procrastinate. It can also cause you to waste your time and your energy, which could also equate to you losing out on money. So if you don't know and you can't say in a 5 to 10 second pitch what your product is, who your customer is, and how you help them, or what need you fill in the industry, then you haven't niched down. And that's definitely something that you need to start an online business. That's the very first thing that you need. It's more important than a logo. It's more important than going to LegalZoom and having them help you file that LLC paperwork. It's the most important thing. It's literally everything, okay? All right, so the second thing that you guys need to start your first online business is discipline, or a discipline. Now, according to Google, the definition of discipline is a branch of knowledge, typically one studied in higher education. Now, I have to be honest with you, I don't like the word discipline. Like, ugh, it just sounds like hard work, right? It doesn't sound fun, but I just had to look at it from a different angle, okay? Because the word discipline, it can be another word for a platform like Facebook, Instagram, Shopify, or Etsy. And that's what I'm talking about when I say the word discipline. You need to know where you're going to offer your products and services to your ideal customer. So if you think about, like, you know, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, whatever you have, if I were to ask you, where do they spend the most time on social media? Like, which social media app is your significant other on the most? You would be able to tell me that without even thinking about it, right? Because you know them. You know how they think, you know what they like, you know what they don't like. And this is the type of intimacy that you must develop with your ideal customer. And knowing these types of things is what will lead you to success. Because for me, with my online cupcake delivery service, for instance, my customers were primarily on Facebook. So I had to learn the discipline of Facebook. I had to learn how to do a targeted ad, you know, who to target in my targeted ads, you know, how to increase my engagement specifically for Facebook, because that's where my customers were. If I didn't know who my customer was and where to find them, then I wouldn't be able to make any sales. So this is why I say that this is the second thing that you must have to start an online business, because it helps you with increasing your sales. Duh. You're like, okay, Brandy, I get it. The third thing on my list that you need to start an online business is still not a logo. You still don't need a logo yet. The third thing that you need is some sort of accounting software. And that can be QuickBooks, which, you know, they have all types of apps on the phones for these different accounting softwares, or you can use a good old Excel spreadsheet. Now stay tuned to the end of this video, because I'm going to talk to you guys about becoming a member of my exclusive club, where I offer things like that, a full financial suite of spreadsheets in order for you to track your spending. But the purpose of you getting this accounting software is not just to have it to say you have it. What I want you guys to make sure that you're doing, which I didn't do when I first got started, was hold myself accountable to tracking my spending for my business every single day. I just didn't see the value in that. I thought, oh, I'll remember everything I spent money on, or I'll just keep all my receipts in this big envelope, and then at the end of the week, I'll tally all of that up. I don't even need to tell you guys that that didn't work. You know, I would lose my receipts, or I would forget what I spent the money on because it wasn't an itemized receipt to tell me exactly what the items were that I purchased. There were so many holes in the operation. And because I wasn't tracking my spending, I wasn't able to see those holes. I wasn't able to see that I needed to pivot and go in a different direction, or that I was spending too much money on a specific ingredient, or that I was spending too much money or not enough money on my promotional items. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. So you need to have a system to force yourself to keep up with your accounting. It's one thing to have it. It's another thing to use it. It's like gym equipment. Ooh, is she reading? No, she didn't. So, the 3 things that you need to start an online business are direction, discipline, and accounting software. Figure out these 3 things first, and that will make all those other things so much easier to figure out. I was reading this book recommended to me by Roberto Blake, whose channel I love. You guys should check him out. He recommended that his followers read this book called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And in that book, Brian Tracy discusses how there are really only 2 or 3 things that you need to be focused on that are the main priority, you know? And if you focus on those things, it'll make accomplishing everything else that much easier. And that's what I'm saying about these 3 things. Once you know your direction, your discipline, and have an accounting software, it's going to make figuring out what your logo is, what your color theme is, and how you want to market. It's going to make those questions that much easier to answer. So do you feel like you want to get you together before you start your online business? That is super valid. And that's why I have my free ebook, 3 Ways to Level Up Before Starting That Online Business, which is available online. Click the link in the description box to request your free copy. Okay, so if you do want to start an online business right now, but you don't know what kind of business you want to start, then you should take my How to Find Your Perfect Side Hustle quiz, because most new entrepreneurs start out with side hustles, right? Because we're working full time or we're going to school, whatever, it's a side hustle. So I created a quiz based on your personality to help you find your perfect side hustle. Once you've taken that quiz, if you want a little bit more direction, then you can schedule a free strategy call with me where I will give you a game plan of how to get started and what directions to go in with your new business. Thank you so much for watching to the end. So I wanted to share with you my bonus tip for starting your online business. It's very important that you have a sense of community, that you have structure, and that you have resources and tools. And that's everything that I provide in my monthly membership club. So check the description box for the link and get more information about how to become a member. I have about 2 slots left, and there is a free 3-day trial to check out the membership before you make that final commitment. Hola, hola, hola. Wait a minute. Okay. Is this thing on? No, I'm just kidding.